This is a collective reading for all signs. We're going to go ahead and look at the overall energy of this reading, pull some clarification cards, and then we're going to end with an oracle card. I do like to say before my videos that tarot is not fortune telling. I will not tell you anything that you don't already know. This is just a tool for your soul's expansion. So if you're okay with that, we're going to go ahead and start the collective reading. What is the overall energy of this reading for the collective? At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Strength card. So this is being able to tame your fears. This is being able to tame your addictions, your vices, your self-sabotage, the beast that's within. This is conquering your fears and understanding that if you can just use compassion, empathy with others, you can help sway their temperament. This is about being able to take control of yourself, because sometimes we can feel out of control of ourselves, but this takes courage. Sometimes we have to tell ourselves to like shut up and buck up and just do what we need to do, even if it feels hard to do that. Sometimes we do have to be that voice of reason for ourselves. This is really just having the strength and courage to control the beast within, the anger, the fear, the insecurities, the being able to take a situation that feels out of hand and tame it. This is also trusting in life, trusting in yourself, that you do have the ability to handle situations that seem out of control, that seem impossible to tame, to handle. You're stronger than you know, and you have infinite potential, unlimited potential. You are infinitely guided and protected by the universe, by your higher self. So that is the overall energy. We have the Seven of Cups. So there's something about illusions, confusion, things having a facade, masking themselves as, and this could be people, this is relationships, emotional things that you're emotionally invested in, things that trigger your emotions. So whether that's people, places, things, whatever it is for you, only you can know. There's something about having a hard time differentiating between choices, people, situations, things that you want to emotionally invest in. Some things present themselves as treats, but they're really tricks. This is being able to see the red flags, see situations for what it really is, because there's something about illusions here and not seeing things clearly, not being able to differentiate, not being able to listen to our intuition and be able to differentiate between our ego and our intuition. Because sometimes if we have avoided listening to our intuition for so long, it's so quiet, it's hard to hear, and people can just fall into acting out as their ego, thinking that it's them, and it's just it makes it harder to differentiate, because you lose trust in yourself to even be able to make good decisions, because you just don't listen to your intuition. So let's take a deeper look at that in a minute. But we do have the Queen of Swords. So this is about setting boundaries, having clear boundaries, clear communication, unbiased communication, being fair and tact and diplomatic with other people in the way that we communicate, having good self-talk. This is somebody who has mental clarity and a good internal dialogue, and people can't lie to you because you see right through it. Some people say this is like a Scorpio card with the stinger, I've heard people say. So this is like you just being able to see through the BS that sometimes people can try to present to you. And yeah, just having clear boundaries, clear communication. Nobody's gonna come to this queen and try to lie because they just know that she's like a bullshit detector. So, but also just being able to meet people where they're at, because not everyone is gonna be on your level. The Chariot is about willpower, moving forward. This is like a victory card. This is being able to, even though you could be facing like duality, oppositions, things trying to deviate you from your path, this is you having the willpower and strength to keep moving forward no matter what. There's nothing that can take you from this path. This is like a fast moving card. This is you going for something. This is you being backed by your spirituality. This is you you have been through the trials and tribulations that it took for you to get to this point where it's like nothing can stop you now, because you know that you can get what it is that you want. You've done it before, you've done it before, you've done it before. And so you're like, wait, I've done all of this before. I can do what I want now, and I don't have to listen to these things that are coming in trying to trick me anymore. And it doesn't matter what oppositions are coming towards me. I'm just gonna keep on my lane. This is like staying in your lane energy. With the 7 of coins, this is like feeling a little bit unsure or confused whether or not the things that you're working towards are going to become something that's fulfilling for you. You're like, you've been working and working and working towards something, but it's like you're not seeing results yet. And so you could start feeling a little bit deterred from the path, because you're not getting like instant gratification. And that's like a total problem with the collective and the society that we live in today, of instant gratification, wanting things instantly, and if we don't get them, we move on. This has to do with like our short attention spans and social media and all these things that are just training us to not be able to see a task through. But I do think that you will find the strength to get over this. You do have the 9 of, or I should say, we have the 9 of Wands, which is feeling a little bit jaded, feeling a little bit guarded, needing to have your guard up about certain things, but also just like being, just jaded from situations in the past or whatever, or like how far that we've come. And so we're just kind of like, oh, what's next? This is like being in survival mode. You're like banged up from the past. This is like, how many more lessons can I learn? Like the universe keeps throwing me lesson after lesson after lesson. It's like, all right, you're just kind of like looking over your shoulder, like what next? What next is going to happen? And maybe that's why you feel like you can't have what it is that you want here with the 7 of Pentacles. Let's clarify these cards. Let's dig a little bit deeper here. These cards are going crazy right now. Oh my God. I'm gonna put this here because that's where it fell. That's what feels right. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Pentacles. So I do think that we're going to get what we want in the end. I do think that we're going to see proof of our hard work in the end. But the Strength card is clarified by the 8 of Cups. So this is walking away from situations that are no longer serving us. This is walking away from things that are disappointing. It doesn't matter how much that we've invested into it. We should be able to drop something if it's no longer serving us. I think that as a collective, we want more. We want to be fulfilled. We want to create things. And I think that, just having the strength and knowing that we do have the capacity to create what it is that we want. We do have the capacity to live a fulfilling lifestyle, to have harmonious relationships. For some people, what resonates could be that we've been taught that they're like, how do I explain this? Toxicity is normalized in today's society within the collective. Toxicity in relationships specifically, and just emotions in general. I think that we live in a society now where nobody experiences shame anymore. I think that we live in a society where everything is okay and normalized, even toxicity, because it's looked at as, it's just, toxicity is normalized now. A lot of things are normalized now that just shouldn't be. And I think specifically though, narrowing it down to relationship wise, for a long time, I used to not understand that arguing is not normal in relationships. And people will say, because I grew up hearing, first of all, I grew up in a toxic household, so yeah. Second, people will say arguing is normal, but you know, it's like in relationships, so like everybody has fights, everybody has this and that, and that's not true. Disagreements and miscommunication occasionally is normal in relationships where two people have different opinions, and then we were like, oh, we have a different opinion on this, or hey, when this happened, I felt this way. And then they're like, oh, so it's like that is normal, but yelling, fighting, arguing, lying, just this, like, there's toxicity is so normalized now within relationships. It's like so many people that I know, so many people that you know are in relationships where it's like they're not happy. But people stay because they have emotionally invested in these things. Look at how carefully and strategically that they've stacked up these cups. It's like it took time and balance, and they had to work really hard to get to where they're at in this relationship. And so they're not gonna leave. And I'm strong enough to see this through. And it's like, that's toxic and that's not fulfilling and it's not gonna work out. And or you'll just stay and it's unfulfilling for you. Eventually you will learn that one day when you're older and you realize you wasted your time in an emotionally unfulfilling situation, whether that's career, relationship, friendship, family, even like anything that you're emotionally investing in that's not working out for you. You need to leave. You need to walk away. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't, but also don't just like avoid things and just like try to like run away from your problems, because with the Eight of Cups, he's leaving in the middle of the night. That is like an avoidant, running away energy. So go ahead and look at that as a collective. We need to. The Seven of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Wands. So we are jaded from decisions that we've made in the past, or relationships or emotional investments, confusing situations in the past. We weren't able to differentiate between what's right and what's not right in the past, maybe because we were taught certain things, or things were normalized, or people were really good at pretending like they were something that they weren't, or, you know, it's like something about us being tricked in the past, us thinking that something was good for us and then it ended up not being. And so now we're a little bit jaded, but also we're standing in our power in the sense that we have our guard up now, we have our boundaries now to those kinds of things. The Queen of Swords is clarified by the Lovers. So I do think that once you are able to get this get this mental clarity, these strong boundaries, this ability to see through people's BS, the ability to detect lies, to detect facades, and also know when people are projecting onto you their own insecurities, their own fears, knowing what's toxic, what's not. Then we will be able to, as a collective, call on harmonious relationships. But it's really about healing your internal dialogue, what you believe is right for yourself, how you communicate with yourself, and how you communicate with others. Are you the toxic one? Like, you really need to look at that, because some people don't understand that they are the toxic one. They want to be victims of things, and everything is, all these people, and it's like, and everyone, you, everyone, we've all been the toxic one at some point. And so it's like being able to look at that and take responsibility for that. I know it's hard sometimes to tell yourself, like, girl, get it together, but you need to sometimes. In order to have the harmonious relationship, you need to act and speak as if it's, you need to act and speak in your highest self in order to attract your highest relationships. The Chariot is clarified by the Ace of Cups. I do think moving forward, defying opposition, staying on track, staying in our lane will bring emotional fulfillment, will bring happiness, overwhelming joy. It will create a new beginning. This is listening to our intuition. This is like somebody proposing something to you, or us proposing something to someone else. But it requires us to stay in our lane and to keep moving forward no matter what, going towards what is best for us, going towards that thing which we're wanting to create for ourselves. The Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Four of Cups. So, yeah, I think investing, we really need to look at our investments emotionally because maybe we're deterred by I think as a collective we need to look at our relationship with instant gratification and apply that to our relationships as well, because a lot of the times we can focus on all the things that aren't going right and all of the relationships that didn't work and all of the, even like, oh, I shouldn't have spent money on that and I shouldn't have done that. Or it's like, as long as you focus on gratitude, as long as you focus on keep moving forward, as long as you focus on just gratitude. I think gratitude is what's going to resonate with the collective here. Is like, we need to be grateful for the things that we have, for how far we've come, no matter the circumstance, no matter what has happened in the past. Gratitude is the attitude that you need to adopt. You need to maybe have a journal and write down every day 5 things you're grateful for. First thing in the morning, I used to do that all the time, to just set my mind right of like, okay, instead of like thinking of all the things that are disappointing that I don't have and how I don't have that relationship I want, or I don't have this money that I want, or I don't see the results of my hard work yet. I haven't lost that 10 pounds yet, or whatever it is for you personally, only you can know. There's a need to focus on the positive instead of, oh my God, I don't have this thing yet. It's like, who are you becoming in the process of going after this thing? That's what you need to focus on. You need to find joy in the process, because if you're just focusing on the end goal, of course you're going to feel unsatisfied because you're looking at how far you have to go. Instead, you need to focus on the daily activities, one step at a time mentality, gratitude for how far you've come, because you have come far. You have changed things from the past. You are leveling up. There's a need for like reevaluation and becoming connected with yourself again, becoming connected to gratitude, being able to love the process. The Nine of Wands is clarified by the Emperor and the Six of Pentacles. I think that boundaries are necessary for our expansion. We need to be able to take responsibility for our life, take responsibility for the things that we've invested in, or our actions. We need to look at when we've been a beggar in a situation. So when we've been like, oh, please, 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 instead of like, oh, I need to take control of this and I need to do things myself. Or we need to look at when we've been a person who's just giving and giving and giving to a situation that's not reciprocal, because it could be that as well. So there's two different groups here. It could be you're still giving to things that you shouldn't be, or are you looking for handouts instead of being somebody who takes responsibility for your life? There's boundaries that need to be set. There's spirituality that needs to be connected to. There's belief systems that need to be looked at here. And it all has to do with taking responsibility, because if you believe in lack, you will receive lack. If you believe in abundance, you will receive abundance. And your actions have to align with that. You can't just wish something to happen. That's not how it works. You have to take inspired action to get what it is that you want here. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of abundance, a card of being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. This is somebody who's created things on their own. We have the King of Wands here, so this is somebody who's confident, who's able to not control, but like have influence over their external world, and have people help them and do jobs for them. This is like CEO energy, because they are so aligned from within. They are able to listen to their inner guidance system and take action, and have others do things for them as well. There is clarity coming in, needing to balance things and needing to just go towards what it is that we want. We need to make a decision and just start moving towards it. Just make a decision and start moving towards it. Start somewhere. Start today. Make a decision. Go. We have the Strength card and the Star card and the Ace of Wands. Like, it just keeps going up from here. So again, with the Strength card, you need to be able to tame the insecurities, the doubt, the fear, the toxicity, whatever it is that's within us. We need to be able to tame that in order to get what it is that we want. And we are able to get what it is that we want, but it starts from within. Everything starts from within. As within, so without. As above, so below. So let's go ahead and pull an oracle card for the collective. I hate when I say things improperly, like when I say a oracle card, because that's not grammatically correct, girl. At the bottom of the deck, we have See Beyond the Past. This is the story of the ugly duckling and how he wasn't able to see that just because he's different, that doesn't mean he's ugly, and not being able to move past like the younger version of himself and not being able to see the beauty from within. And once he realized like it's okay to be different and all those things changed me and shaped me to who I am, then he was able to see the beauty from within. But the card that we have for this reading is Let Go, Bury. This is number 17, so I'm going to go ahead and read this to end the reading. Scorpion fly is the first on the scene when there is a corpse. When scorpion fly appears in your reading, it is a sign that there is something outmoded that no longer serves you. When we hold on to something that has died, we cannot return the energy it once had. Instead, it takes on a different kind of life. Maggots begin to lay eggs, the bacteria take over the decomposing process, and the new life has a rancid smell. What thing or belief are you holding on to that no longer fulfills your purpose? What do you need to let go of and finally bury in the dirt? When we give a proper burial and goodbye to what no longer serves us, it allows the natural process of decomposition to happen. It is through this letting go that something unexpected and beautiful can germinate. In burying what no longer serves you, you can create space for something more profound to grow. You become stronger by weeding through what is no longer contributing to your growth. Scorpion Fly's medicine shares that a new development is waiting to blossom, but you must first sacrifice and bury the unneeded that is taking up space, trash the old and outdated. I hope that you guys resonated with this reading. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I will be posting collective tarot readings every Sunday on this channel. If you guys want a personal, it's on Etsy. All the information should be somewhere here on the video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.